today I'm going to be talking about my labor and delivery with Abril. The day after my older sister's graduation. And I was actually going into labor the day of graduation. Like, I started feeling pain, but I have a really high pain tolerance, so it didn't really faze me. So I was like, okay, it's just pain. And I was like, I'm gonna just leave just in case. So when my sister walked, as soon as she walked, and she weighed that ass or whatever. Yes, I was like, let's go. We gotta go. So we left and we got to his mom's house, and then I started crying because the pains got more intense. And I was just crying and crying, and then his mom was finally decided we're going to the hospital. So we went to the hospital, I gave birth in Tomball, so traffic, and they were speeding. I never thought that I would have to go through that, like when giving birth, oh, you gotta speed, like. So when we got there, for some reason his stepdad went to the back, so I was just in the back, like where the waiting room is, and they had me waiting, and then they had to see paperwork. I'm giving birth, why are you asking for paperwork? You can get that later when he's out of me or whatever. And so they put me in a wheelchair, like I'm sitting here crying like normal, like I'm fine. I'm in my dress because we were at my sister's graduation, what I look nicest. So I was in my dress and some sandals, and so they took me up to a room where there's like, it's for multiple people, but lucky I was in there by myself. So when I was in there, I seen blood on my sheets, and I was like, I got freaked out. So the nurse was like, oh, that's normal, you'll see that. I don't remember why, but she said it was normal. Weird thing is, my water never broke. So I was like, how am I going to labor? She checked to see how dilated I was. I was 4 centimeters. They said, you're 4 centimeters and you can't leave. I was like, it doesn't even hurt anymore, can I please go home? And she was like, no, we have to keep you here. So okay, says keep me here. So she was like, if you feel the need to poop, immediately call me. So okay, one of the main things I was scared of is pooping during pushing. I was like, not happening. I'm not gonna poop while I'm giving birth. So that was a big. But the day before that, I think we had like, I don't remember what we had, but it was a really heavy meal, and I was like, I'm gonna poop when I deliver, so I'm gonna make sure I poop now, even though that's the feeling you get when you're about to give birth. So I didn't really know that because I'm new to this. Hello, well, I was, and so I was like, I gotta poop, but I didn't tell anybody because they would have thought I was giving birth. So I went to the restroom, me and my gown and my little, the thing they give you to hold the little water bag, what's it called? Saline, something like that. And so I took it to the restroom, my big belly and everything, contractions and everything, and I pooped. And I was not like really. So I got done and everything. I went back to the bed, and then my contractions started getting worse and worse. And I was like, oh, and I was dying, like literally. I didn't get no type of medicine, like at all. Like, I got 0 medicine because bad bitch. You heard? Okay, no. And I just didn't want any medicine. I wanted to be natural, so I didn't get epidural. No, they wanted to give me some, I don't know what it's called. I don't know, but I said no. I was scared to get epidural because it paralyzes you, and since I'm not gonna be paralyzed, so I sat through the contractions, all of them, and my mom literally, cause okay, there's a screen, like, and it shows you when the contractions aren't coming and like how big are they? They're like waves, like when people die and it's like they're like those kind of waves. And my mom, every time one comes, she was like, oh, here it comes, and I'm like, I was freaking dying. I was like, Mom, shut up. And like at the moment I didn't care because I'm giving birth, sis. You can't tell me nothing. So And then one was beside me the whole time, and he even cried with me, but don't tell him I told you, because like I was with constant contractions and constant pain, and I didn't sleep at all until 2:30. Yeah, 2:30. Abril decided to flip back up. I was like, when the doctor came in, she felt, you know, had to stick their fingers in there and go like that. And that's when she said, I can't feel the baby's head anymore. I was like, what you mean? What you mean you can't feel the head no more? And she was like, she flipped. I was like, hold on. Literally, I was like, just in my bed. I was like, am I fixing to have a C-section? She was like, oh no, we're just gonna try to flip her back over. I said, me, in my head, I'm going, the fuck? How the fuck are we gonna do that? Like, in my head. But then I'm also, bitch, I'm ready to get this over with, come on. And then, that's what she said. She said, we're gonna get a peanut ball. I'm thinking in my head, I've never seen a peanut ball in my life. So I'm like, okay, it's a ball, probably a ball in the shape of a peanut. This lady came in with the ball in the shape of a peanut. And she said, okay, so they were making jokes about it. They were like, the way you got her in there is the way you're gonna get her out. I was just looking at her like, and they started laughing. My mom was laughing. I was like, this is not funny at all. And so I got on the peanut ball on all fours, you know, doggy style, and they were like, rock. So I was rocking like on all fours like this. Was rocking, and I was turning, and then they said, get up and walk. Do y'all know how hard it is to walk with contractions? Okay, imagine contractions feel like, they feel like menstrual cramps, like period cramps. Yeah, but 10 times worse. So like, if you ever had those days where you gotta stay home and sleep, or you know, whatever, because they're like, and that's basically what it is. It goes like, the contraction comes and it stays there, then it stops, and then right away is the next contraction. It's like the worst. And so I got the peanut ball. I was like freaking out, hurting and freaking out. Imagine that. And the doctor was like, good. She flipped back over after she checked. I was like, oh, like, it was just immediate relief. Like, it was just like. And after that, I think I lasted a few more hours of contractions, and then my doctor came in. She did the usual, stuck her fingers in there and checked, and this time she busted my water. Sis busted my water. And when she did that, it was nasty. When your water breaks, it feels nasty. It just feels like, you'll hear a pop like that, and then all you feel is falling down. But I was laying down, so I felt it go to my butt, and I was like it was weird, but then at the same time I was in pain, so I didn't really mind it. And then she was like, no, you can't push yet. I'm looking at her like, so it's not done yet? My water broke and it's not done yet? I think at this point I was 6 centimeters dilated. And then she came back in. No, it was a different doctor. She came back in. A different doctor. She came in and she stuck her fingers in there, and then my water broke again. So once your water breaks, it's not just once, it keeps going. But my water didn't break naturally. They had to break it for me, which I think was really good, because if my water would have broke at that freaking graduation, I would have been highly. After that, I felt the immediate urge to push. Like, my body just said, like, come on, it's time. And like, all I feel is like me. I'm like this. I'm like, and then my doctor's like, don't push. Your OBGYN is not here yet. Mom, I was like, push. I'm like, who the freak do I listen to? I was like, I'm gonna listen to my mom over here. Pushing as hard as I can. And then the doctor was like, no, don't push. And then my mom looks at her crazy. So I was kind of confused at the moment. So I was like holding it in, but my body said, no, you gotta go. And then that's when, what made me mad was I had to wait for the doctor to come to push. And that hurts like a beach. And then the second sad part the sad thing about it is it wasn't even my doctor. It was a lady in training. So I was kind of like, okay, this okay. Like at the point I didn't care because I didn't know who it was. I didn't even know who was supposed to be delivering my baby. I was just get it out. Like I'm ready to see her like now. So that's when she came in. She was like, okay, they prop my legs up, like literally like on the movies, you know, them, yeah, like that. And she was like, push. This was the easiest part. I was like, I've been waiting for this for 9 months. So I popped my leg on that bad boy, and I said, one long ass push, like, and then the second one, and then they're like, do you want to feel the head? I was like, do I want to feel the what? They're like, do you want to feel the head? So I stuck my hand down there, like, with this, and I patted it, I felt it, and I like felt was hair, and I was like, eh. And then the doctor was like, keep pushing, one more push, and then I did one long ass push. I didn't breathe. That's how you know it. I used on my force. I did not breathe, and then all I felt was come out of me, like literally, like it's like the shoulders, and then all you feel is our arms and legs going, and then it's out, and the rest of your water comes out. And then to me, that part didn't really hurt, the pushing, but I think for Juan, his fingers did hurt because he was holding my hand the whole time. So RP to him and his poor fingers. I didn't even ask him how he was. And he looked through the whole thing. He cut her umbilical cord and they gave it to me. So because I breastfed, my mom's a lactation person, like the people that show you how to breastfeed or whatever. Well, she used to be, so I didn't really have trouble latching on. It was just straight, you know. Then the doctor was like, pay attention to your baby and bond with them. I was like, okay, it's not bad. We done this. We did it. And then next thing you know, they pushing on my stomach. I'm like, wait, I thought I was done. They're pushing on it, and I swear that hurts more than anything when they push on your stomach. Like, I think to get the placenta out, I don't really know what they were doing, but that hurts more than anything, I swear. And they were pushing on it. I started complaining, and they were like, no, pay attention to your baby. So I was like, okay, I'm paying attention to my baby. And I'm like, I'm also in pain. I'm sitting here crying, saying hi to my baby. And they got it out, and then they're like, you lost a lot of blood. So my mom started freaking out, and I started freaking out. Then I ripped. From like, yeah, I ripped, like, and I heard it, but I didn't see it haunting, and he was like, that was nasty. And I said, well, I didn't really feel it, so it didn't really bother me. And so they had to sew me up. I didn't feel it at all because they said I was gonna feel a little pinch. So it was to numb it so they could sew it up. So they did. I didn't feel anything. And then after that, they cleaned me up. They left. And then, of course, you're going to have bleeding for 40 days after. So I was bleeding. They brought me like a pad. They popped it and like they shook it. They had ice in it. So they put it under me. And then, I say and then a lot. So I was just bonding with my baby. I was breastfeeding. I was kind of getting tired because it's been an hour already that I've been breastfeeding. So I was like, when are they gonna take her to clean her? When are they gonna take her to give her little bands and stuff, right? And so I kept asking, and then that's when they were like, it's time to bond with daddy. I was like, bond with daddy? Daddy didn't do any of this. Okay, yeah, he did, but still. Don't tell him I told you that. And so they gave him to her, gave her to him. They put her inside of his shirt so they could bond skin to skin, because that's a big thing when your baby's born. They'll do that. They took her, and I don't think I slept. No, I didn't sleep. Me and Juan didn't sleep. every minute, I swear, like, I never thought I would feel this way, but like every minute I was like, where's my baby? Where's my baby? Is she okay? Is she okay? What are they doing to her? Is she okay? And I kept asking one, and since I could barely walk, notice I'm bleeding. I just get burned and got soda. There's no way I'm walking. He went to the nursery. They were like, you can't see your baby yet. I was like, that's what they told you. I said, go again. He went back. He got a picture of them cleaning her off, them bathing her. And then this took long. Like, I didn't get my baby till 5 in the morning. I was kind of upset. So they brought her to me. I fed her again. And like in the hospital, they give you a schedule. You have to feed your baby every 2 to 3 hours, and they have to drink for a certain amount of times if you're breastfeeding. So my baby got a little lazy. Once she stuck, she wanted to sleep. So I was kind of getting worried. They were like, do you want to give your baby formula? I was like, do you know who my mom is? She's no way she's gonna let me give her formula. But my mom was already at home. She was sleeping. She was tired. They didn't leave till 4 in the morning. So she was not there. It was just me and Juan, and I took it upon myself to take that decision on myself by myself and decide no formula. So she didn't have formula, but if you think if the doctors recommend it, please do it. Because as soon as we left the hospital, they told me my baby had jaundice, and she was looking a little yellow. It wasn't really that serious, but it was mild. And okay, they told us to put her in the sun, right? So me and Juana's young parents figured, okay, let's put her in the stroller and without a blanket or any shade. Okay, we literally put her in the stroller, walked her from that end to that end of the road, like this, and sis came inside, and Abril was sunburned. I was like, how? We literally just walked her back and forth, and she was sunburned. And so yeah, I will add pictures of her breathing. I didn't take a lot because I didn't have my phone at the time. My sister did, and I think one has more. I was just ready to sleep and be with my baby, so I don't really have much.